Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Raine Plays. Today we are finally in Oasis Springs at Pebble Burrow. The neighborhood I think is called Bedrock Straits. This guy's name is Franklin Fish. I thought it was cute, so I kept it. Again, it's another one of those dice decided things. I've been away because I was very sick, but surprisingly got over it very fast too. I mean, less than 10 days. So I'm kind of worried that it's going to come back with a vengeance in a couple days or a week. Sometimes it does that. But I hope I don't sound too bad. I feel like I sound a lot better than I have, so I figured I'd get started again. This build was weird because I just went into it and just started making lines and shapes, and I didn't give it too much thought, and that might show. I'm sorry if that's the case, but it ended up, I really liked it. I was pleased. And I know I've mentioned in previous videos that I wanted to move on from Willow Creek, but I was very reluctant to come here. I don't know why I don't care for this place. I guess because I'm not a big fan of my country's Southwest. I've been there and I just wasn't impressed by anything. So, but as I went into this, I started remembering, when I first started playing this game and I first came to Oasis Springs. I will never forget the day. I can't remember what house it was, but I believe it's the one next door to this empty lot, on its left side. And I think I created a young woman, and she sat down to eat dinner or something, and I wanted to kind of zoom in on and get a picture of her doing that, because I thought it was funny the way they actually, not funny, but creepy the way they eat, because they are obviously robotic. But anyway, so I tried it because I did not know how to do the tab thing at that time, but I managed to get a zoom in of her, and I saw the dinosaur out the window. I was stunned. So I went all over this place with the camera, and I was looking around. I had no idea I believe there's a bowling alley there, and unless it's a car dealership or something weird. It's weird. But I didn't not like this place as much as I thought I did. I guess I don't dislike these places as much as I assumed. But because I spent so much time in Newcrest, I guess I just forgot about these, ready-made. Well, again, my biggest complaint when I play the game are the randomly generated characters that are built into the game. I wish they weren't there. So the reason I like Newcrest is that I always spent a lot of time building up the whole neighborhood and creating all of my own characters. And I just stayed there, and it was unfortunate that these EA people had to keep butting in and coming around. I don't know why I never got into them. I just didn't. Maybe I should rethink that or something. I don't know. I remember a long time ago. It's been a couple years now, but I watched. I'm horrible with names. I do apologize for that. He's from England. Him and his friend Dan and Phil. They did a Sims 4, and they stayed in Willow Creek, and they ended up being very chummy with the pancakes. I believe at one point they merged families or something like that, but they got Eliza pregnant so that they could have they ended up having a son. And then Dan and Phil's character had a romantic affair with the boy that they created using Bob and Eliza. I didn't enjoy it that much because I just don't like Bob pancakes. But I suppose, I guess there would be nothing wrong with taking over the families and changing them to to your liking, but I don't know. I guess I don't have the creativity for something like that. But anyway, the second thing with this, kind of a bummer, I forgot to take a before picture with Mr. Fish standing in front of his empty lot. So I went back, I saved it to my library, saved the lot to my library. And then I bulldozed it and I had him take his picture on the empty lot. So naturally, when I go back to put the house back on the lot, it's not in my library. It's not there. There are houses in there that I created 4 years ago, but not the house I just saved. And it better be there when I go back tomorrow. I hope and pray it is. It's got to be something I'm doing wrong. Obviously, I'm not. But when it says save to your library and you say yes, what more do I need to tell them? Why isn't it in my library? I just don't understand it. So I'm very bummed out. Oh, and by the way, so is he. He was all happy when I made him this house. And then after I got rid of it, I just grabbed something from the gallery and I plunked it down there. That's the other thing. I have so many I really should do the complaint video. When you go into gallery and you say I only want to look at things that I have, the packs that I have. So you click that button and the view changes and you're scanning the houses. You find something you like. You go to plunk it down and it says, sorry, you don't own this pack and you don't own this pack and you don't own this pack. So we're going to get rid of 227. Again, I told you to only show me what I own. I checked that off. It's not my fault that you can't follow your own instructions. And again, it's probably me. I'm not doing something right. I'm not understanding. I don't get it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. But it's always stupid things like that that just take the fun out of the game for me. But here, I forgot to give him a sink and a dishwasher, but I ended up doing that afterwards. So you'll see it in the after pictures. I do hope this house is in my library. Because I at the end of the day, I thought it was a pretty good build. Really tiny. And the roof. I know you're probably going to call me out for the roof, but honestly, I didn't show it in the, speed build. But it took me a while to figure out how to do the roof. And it wasn't until the very, very last second that I realized it was very similar to the house next door on the right. And I'm telling you, I did not look at any other roof. I goofed around with a bunch of different sizes of roof, and then I chose the one I eventually got. And then I panned out, and it's like, oh, okay, well, it looks just like the one next door. Didn't even notice. I was honestly not even looking at it. So maybe it was subliminal. I don't know, but I mean, not exactly like the one next door, but close enough. But see, it didn't turn out too bad. I did some nice landscaping for him. Gave him a pool and a hot tub. I'm wondering too, I've never done it. Does it snow here if you have seasons? Because it does snow in the desert sometimes. I know in the northern part of Arizona it does. And then in the mountain regions, but I'm curious to know if it snows here. If you turn on seasons, I suppose I could try it out and see. I don't know why I went with these. I think I had one thing in mind with those brick things, and then I just forgot about it or something. Maybe I was going to do that dumb hole thing in the, I don't know. But anyway, this is the neighborhood I'm currently working on, and it is called Bedrock Straits. It's pretty. It's not that bad. I like the little river that runs through it, because you know I like to go fishing. But thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.